their strategy for denuclearizing Pakistan appeared to me 10 years ago to try to so destabilize Pakistan that there may be civil war in Pakistan, and then use that civil war as an excuse that we have to save the world from a nuclear holocaust. We have to save the world from nuclear weapons landing in the hands of terrorists. And so we have a mission. For the sake of mankind, we have to attack and invade Pakistan and destroy the nuclear plants in Pakistan and destroy the nuclear weapons in Pakistan, and also break up Pakistan into bits and pieces so it can never rise again. When that happens, of course, we must have a Zionist friend to take over and control all the pieces. And it is time for Muslims around the world to recognize, including Muslims in Iran, that Israel's most strategic partner, most strategic ally in the world today, after the United States, is India, with Saudi Arabia neck and neck behind India. And so, not only must India be involved in the attack, but also when the attack takes place on Pakistan, and if it succeeds, then in the sequel it is India who must now control the region on Israel's behalf. An attack on Pakistan, a successful attack on Pakistan, and the denuclearization of Pakistan and the breakup of Pakistan into bits and pieces will impact upon Muslims in the whole of that subcontinent in such a way as to bring about a state of demoralization and despair, and send shock waves to Muslims in the rest of the world. That one of the largest Muslim communities around the world, in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, have now come under the foot of Hindu India. So India will rule the entire South Asia with NATO in control in Afghanistan. What should Pakistan do at a time like this late hour? Perhaps it's already too late for Pakistan to do anything, because those who have controlled Pakistan politically and those who have been in control of the Pakistan armed forces have distinguished themselves with their stupidity. And I have to use a harsh language. I'm so sorry to use this harsh language against them. Their awesome and monstrous stupidity these last 10 years since 9/11 in supporting war on terror, which is a euphemism for war on Islam, supporting NATO in the attack on Afghanistan, your innocent Muslim brothers in Afghanistan, and you supporting NATO, killing innocent people. But more than that, handing over the territory of Pakistan to the Zionists. Have you no shame? This is what you did for 10 years. That all the NATO supplies going to Afghanistan went through the territory of Pakistan, and it took you 10 years to stop it. Only when NATO killed 23 Pakistani soldiers, they didn't do by accident. They launched that attack on the Pakistani post while he was sleeping to send a message to you that that's it, the friendship is over, we're coming to attack you now. So only when that happens, now you're going to stop them from transiting the territory of Pakistan with supplies for the NATO troops in Afghanistan? How could you be so stupid to hand over 3 military bases in Pakistan to the United States so that drones could go and from above, pilotless drones, and killing our people innocently? And now, when the knife is about to cut your throat, only now you're waking up. When the attack on Pakistan takes place, I think they already know what's going to happen. So all of these Pakistani Zionists, I call them Zionists, probably already have their suitcases packed. Right, they did it in Saigon. And they'll all be flying to Miami and to Los Angeles and to New York to spend the rest of their miserable lives. These traitors. But I'm not talking about them tonight. I'm talking about the Pakistani people, as poor as they may be. In their poverty, they still love Islam. And they hate the government of the United States, which has been committing aggression and oppression with deception after deception. Feelings in Pakistan have reached fever pitch. They know in Pakistan the attack is coming. My advice tonight to them, if it is not too late, I don't know, what can you do? My answer is, if you are to win Allah's help, you got to put your house in order. You got to abandon those who are fighting over sectarian issues. Stay away from them. Get away from these people. Deobandi versus Barelvi. This sect against that sect. Treat these people as though they are a people who have to be cast aside. Don't keep their company. And try to bring once again, the fraternity of Islam. That these are all brothers and sisters in Islam, one people. Identify yourself as a Muslim. I am the student of Maulana Dr. Muhammad Fadlur Rahman Ansari, rahimahullah. He established the Alimia Institute of Islamic Studies in Karachi, Pakistan. And that's where I studied under him. And because of what he taught me, and the methodology of study that he gave to me, I'm able to do the work that I'm doing now. So you might want to go to his grave in North Nazimabad in Pakistan, Block B. Go to his grave and offer dua. This is halal, this is permissible. To offer dua that Allah might forgive him his sins, and grant him nur in his grave, and grant him Jannah. Ameen. Maulana Fadlur Rahman Ansari rahimahullah never joined in the sectarian warfare in Pakistan. Never. And he established the Alimia Institute as a non-sectarian institute. He was not Deobandi and the institute was not Deobandi. He was not Barelvi and the institute was not Barelvi. Let me repeat that to those who are now controlling the institute, where I studied and where I was once the principal. He established an institute which was neither Deobandi, nor Barelvi, nor Ahli Hadith, nor Wahhabi. It was Muslim. And he said himself, I am not Deobandi, I am not Barelvi, I am not Ahli Hadith, I am not Wahhabi, I am Muslim. That's his statement. And that's the way out for Pakistan today. To get out of this cancer of sectarian warfare. Number two, Allah made riba haram. Pakistan is miserably poor today because of riba. The paper that you're using as money in Pakistan, the rupee, is bogus, it's fraudulent, it's utterly haram. And it's a vehicle of riba. Your ulama in Pakistan have not been able to recognize that all these years. Go look for those scholars of Islam in Pakistan who can recognize that paper to be bogus and fraudulent and haram. Who can recognize so-called Islamic banking to be delivering riba through the back door. Who can recognize that membership in the United Nations organization and submission to the Charter of the UN is a recipe to slavery. Who can recognize that membership in the International Monetary Fund, which prohibits the use of gold as money, is a recipe for slavery. Look for such scholars of Islam and follow them. And also for the people of Pakistan, get out of the cities, go to the countryside and seek to produce your own food to sustain yourselves in a tomorrow that is coming that's going to be horrible. The question is, how do I view the response of the Pakistan Armed Forces now when the curtain is about to be drawn and NATO has already sent, by Federal Express they sent a message to Pakistan, we're coming for you now. That's the message when they kill the soldiers, huh? We're coming for you now. And now, now the Pakistan Armed Forces, because now of course it's too late to do anything else, they say, okay, we'll not allow NATO to transit Pakistan. And we're going to take back this base that we gave you, so you could kill the people in Afghanistan. And you have 15 days to vacate the base. No, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I think a lot of the generals have tickets to Miami because they know that they're going to be lynched. I hope they're listening to me, because the Pakistani people love Islam. And the Pakistani people are very, very angry with those who have betrayed them and betrayed Pakistan and betrayed the Ummah. Flying first class to Washington anytime Washington calls them for consultation. So I'm not impressed at all. People who have betrayed Allah and His Messenger, and now at the last moment, now you're trying to save face. I'm not impressed. But the overwhelming majority of the soldiers in the Pakistan Armed Forces love Islam, and they're going to fight as faithful and courageous Muslims. That I have no doubt about. It is the command which stinks. It is the command, the political and military command, that I call Zionists. And they're on their way out as soon as Pakistan is attacked. They're finished. They're going to fly to Miami and leave Pakistan to the true Pakistanis. So I'm not impressed. The Muslims in India, of course, are going to be in a much worse situation once Pakistan is attacked. The Muslims in Bangladesh are going to be in a worse situation because of the attack on their morale. They will be demoralized. And it is a function of Islamic scholars to deliver guidance and leadership. And the scholars of Islam are fighting each other over popcorn. Fighting with each other over popcorn. And attacking me because I declare myself to be a Muslim. Who? He's only a Muslim? He's neither fish nor fowl? Who is he? He has no Aqidah? That's now the attack on me. Yeah. Well, let them continue with the attacks. Go ahead.